Now that was pretty cool, wasn't it? We didn't even know until all of this came together how absolutely amazing this sculpture piece would really be. And we are really excited to bring the Saga series to life. Let me just tell you just a little bit about what this is and give you a little bit more detail, because we haven't talked about this at all. We've been working on this for months and we've kept it in the dark, and we wanted to bring you guys in on it at this point. Now there's still some more development to go on, so nobody get crazy. We usually do something like this and then the pre-order is going to be like, oh man, it's right there. But this is not something like that. We're not opening up pre-orders right now, but I do want to give you all the details and have you come along with us on this journey so that you could follow along, because it's something new for all of us. So this is what we call Saga. We've been wanting to do statues for a while, but we wanted to do something that was different than what other companies have been doing in the market for, since forever. And that was really trying to focus on narrative and storytelling and trying to take the next level in quality with the detail in the artwork and the actual sculpting quality, as well as the paint work. And again, going back to the storyline, really trying to tell a complete scene, a complete story, instead of just having a character just sitting there in a pose and doing the same types of poses over and over again, which is something that we've become very accustomed to seeing. You can tell a story with a single character. It is possible, but it is harder to do, and we don't generally see a lot of that. It is more likely that you're going to see a more generic pose, just because that's how a lot of these companies earn their living. And we just wanted to break that mold and do something more unique to that. So we decided, let's go ahead and say, okay, this is a subject matter that we really like. This is a story element that we really like. Let's unpack that. Let's see how we can move within that space and craft a story that you can see in 3 dimensions and that could fit on the shelf in a great way without, becoming this incredible expense or this incredible, amount of space being taken up. So this is where we came up with this. So the dimensions are 14.8 inches by 14.8 inches by 14.8 inches. It's almost a perfect square. So it will fit in an IKEA space. It will fit on most of those spaces that you've already been devoting towards 1/3 and 1/4 statues. But you're going to get a lot more story and character, more bang for your buck. The base is going to be a black and white satin veneered real wood finish. This is a 1/16 scale. We're taking our actual studio scale model and we are increasing the size 1.5 times. So it's going to be 1.5 times bigger than studio scale. 1/16 is in the figure world 90 millimeters, and that is a very common size for figure painting. And figure painting is a very, very big industry, especially in Europe. And if you have never done it before, you might find that this is something that you really, really enjoy if you give it a try. I painted model airplanes and tanks and all the military stuff and the sci-fi stuff as I was growing up and into my young adulthood, and those were the things that got me into the hobby, just like it was for a lot of you guys, before getting into the bigger science fiction kits and studio scale kits, etc., etc. But when I found figure kits in my early 20s and learned about the entire industry that is painting sculpture, I fell absolutely in love with it, and I've always wanted to get into that side of things. So this is kind of a foray into that, because we're going to be selling, painted versions of this, but we're also going to sell this in kit form, and we're going to include a full video tutorial series specifically for those that want to get into this and learn how to do this, because it's not terribly difficult. Yes, there is technique to this. It's a little bit more fine art painting. That's a little bit slower process, but some of it is kind of a paint by numbers thing. So I would say that this is something that, for the money, because this is not quite as expensive as getting a luxury model kit, though you are getting the same or better quality because you're still using the same types of materials. You're able to produce a phenomenal piece that you can paint for yourself. So definitely something to pay attention to. If you've ever wanted to get into figure painting or doing your own sculptural pieces, or have thought, you know, hey, I could do that myself, this is a great way to get into it. But just be aware, we will be doing a video series to go along with this, so that you can follow along and you'll know what paints to get, brushes to get, and what the process is to paint this, as well as, if you don't, you can get a painted version. And speaking of painted versions, so we're not going to do a numbered edition. However, instead of me and the team doing professional painted versions and taking our time and charging, you know, an arm and a leg, which we do for the studio scale stuff, we're looking to not go to the factory, but we're looking to find artisans to paint these. So it's going to be a very limited edition type thing. We're only going to do one run of these ever. And we're only going to do, in this universe, 1 or 2 of these per year. That's it. So this is going to be extremely exclusive, extremely limited, just one and done. We're going to find an artisan, they're going to paint them. We're going to do very high-end packaging and all that kind of stuff. We're going to have a different statue factory doing all the castings, so this will go into production along with some of the other stuff towards the end. So we've got a lot of stuff in production right now, but we're hoping that this thing can go into production towards the end of this year. So just pay attention to that. It's not going to be something that's going to be a year-long project. It'll be out in a good amount of time. So please like and subscribe to the channels and the socials and stuff like that. And if you are very interested in this project, you can click the link below. Take you to our website. You'll find the picture of this guy. Join the wish list. You'll see a painted and an unpainted version of that. But if you click either one, we would prefer you pick the one that you want, so that we can kind of track and see where the numbers are lying as far as what people are wanting which one. But that way we can send out some personal emails to keep you guys apprised of the progress of this. And then once we're done and we're ready, you guys will get the first opportunity at being able to place your pre-order and get all that stuff done. We may even set up a perk for you, so there might be some nice little loyalty discounts and loyalty rewards, so that's always a nice benefit. So it always pays to join the club. But anyway, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. We're so happy to be able to present this. Oh, totally forgot. We did do some 3D prints, so you can see what the size is. Again, 90 millimeters is actually quite big. So we got this guy. So I'll just stick this up to the camera. Super cool. And we got this guy. My favorite. This guy. And we got this guy. Alright, it's jumping out. Anyway. Alright guys, so go ahead and join those waitlists and let us know in the comments what you think. And of course, we'll talk about this on the socials, on Facebook, on Discord, and all that stuff. So thank you guys again. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.